The Thing, 1982. Summary. A research team in Antarctica is hunted by a shape-shifting alien that assumes the appearance of its victims. Directed, of course, by John Carpenter. Written by Bill Lancaster. Known for basically
and John Campbell.
Well, I'm getting him.
Mosquito.
There's mosquitoes in here.
There's a dead one on your arm.
Yeah, I'm gonna deal with that later. Bill Lancaster, known for anything Bad News Bears related. Did you see that? He wrote everything.
I've seen Bad News Bears.
The old one, the new one, the TV series, everything, and based on a short story by John Campbell Jr. Who the story? I think it's a story called "Who Goes There."
Who Goes There? Good job, Frank.
Little side note here: there is a X-Files episode that is a direct homage to this movie.
You call it whatever you want.
Swing and a miss.
So I think it's season 1, episode
2
8.
strikes.
I like how he paused and was like, I got it this time. Homage.
Anyways.
Nailed it.
How you say homage?
Homage. Like fromage. French for cheese.
There's probably a few arguable ways to say that one.
Homage. Homage, baby.
The way you said it is none of them.
Mater.
All
right, come on, let's.
Anyways, this is honestly, this is probably the first time I've watched this all the way through.
Well, let me hold on here. We got a tag.
Oh, he's got stuff this time.
Anywhere, anyone. It's distributed by Universal Pictures, and this has a couple of Blu-ray releases. Arrow has an amazing release, and Scream Factory does too. And I had the Scream Factory release, and it was like I watched it for the first time all over again. But go ahead.
This kind of was my first time watching this all the way through, because when we were all hanging out, you guys had fucking already seen it. Like, you already all watched it, I'm pretty sure. And no one ever popped it in, I don't think, when I was around. And I rented it myself one time.
Is he blaming us?
Yeah, so it's our fault.
I think.
No, I'm just saying by happenstance.
I'm feeling like
I think he's hassling us.
No.
hurting my feelings.
No,
right
I'm not.
now.
I'm not.
You guys never put it in. Everybody had watched it.
No one said anything about it.
No one ever told me it was
just
good. I even remember saying we should watch the thing. You guys were like, fuck you.
No, that's not it at all. I'm just saying that by happenstance, I had. But regardless, I rented it myself. But it's so slow to get into stuff that I kind of just. I was a kid and I turned it off. So this was my first time watching it all the way through. I'm sure I've watched half of it, but. Awesome cast. Let's run them down, man. You got Kurt Russell.
Got him.
You got yourself a Wilford Brimley without a mustache. That's weird, isn't it? That's weird. Keith David, of course, from They Live and Requiem for a Dream. And Community. Have you seen him on Community?
He was Spawn in the Spawn cartoon, too.
Oh, yeah, that's true. But have you
Community,
seen
the TV series?
The last season of it, which is on Hulu now. He plays a guy called Elroy that makes like shitty computer software. He's really funny in it. But you got your Richard Masur, who you might remember from It. He plays the adult Stanley.
He was also in Mr. Boogedy, wasn't he? Was he in that?
Yeah, I think he was.
I think it was the
Good
dad
Lord.
in Boogedy.
Donald Moffat, who you'll remember from Trapped in Paradise, Clear and Present Danger, and the Popeye movie. And the dog, actually, that's in the beginning of this movie was the
best
White Fang.
dog, huh? What was it?
White Fang.
Best dog actor ever. He played White Fang too.
In both the White Fang movies.
Great,
In both of them.
great dog actor.
Well, it's weird credits because
He's
like,
a good dog.
It's both the White Fang movies, and then there's a Dead Kennedys movie that he's credited in for whatever reason. But for 1982, these fucking effects are like
Top of the line.
And you
This
think about
is top
other,
of the line practical effects.
They still hold up well today.
Yeah, think about other movies we have watched on this show from 1982. Last time, Basket Case. Basket Case compared to this movie.
Wow.
Wow. Hey, Doc. The dog kennel sequence was fucking awesome. The monster that fucking bites the doctor's arms off, that's pretty fucking insane. And then
all of it.
It's all great.
The head spider, good lord. The whole thing. Yeah.
Kurt Russell.
And Wilford Brimley, when he loses
Just Kurt Russell.
Yeah, when Wilford Brimley loses his mind and he starts smashing everything up with an axe, I fucking love that. You don't get that enough. You don't get enough crazy Brimley.
Yeah. Hard Target with Jean-Claude Van Damme, maybe, is the crazy Cajun.
And of course, we had mentioned that when we watched We Are Still Here, they referenced this movie with the J&B bottle that never fucking ends, which that he's drinking it through the whole fucking movie, beginning to end.
B and J, they just switched it around. Same bottle though, same look.
Yeah, this isn't my favorite movie in this trilogy. I mean, it's fucking fantastic, but it's not. I don't think it's as good as the other ones, in my opinion. I think the thing that gets me is the soundtrack. It's not Carpenter, but it's like Carpenter.
It's not Carpenter.
It doesn't feel the same. It doesn't feel the same.
It's
to me.
like him, but it's not.
But I asked people to email us about this. Of course, nobody did. Thank you for that. What do you think happens after the credits go? What do you think happens?
I never put a lot of thought into it.
No.
I didn't need to know.
Did you play the PlayStation game?
No.
I did.
You see,
Great game.
it is really good. You see Childs, his body, and it's next to the whiskey bottle. And then I never got very far in the game, but that MacReady comes back at the end and helps you fight some big thing, but comes back in a helicopter.
I always took it as there's kind of one or two possibilities. One of them is an alien, or neither of them are. Obviously,
Right.
both aren't. But either way, there's nowhere to go without freezing.
Yeah.
So
Very bleak, like completely.
yeah,
That would suck.
What? What do you mean no other place to go?
there's nowhere to go. The
gotta
fire's
die.
dying down. The camp's burnt.
Well, someone else might come.
They're in.
I'm just saying, it wouldn't take nothing to keep this movie going. Put
Yo,
a sequel out.
You could write something, but I mean, realistically, where
after all that just happened.
where they're at, it's not like there's a lot of traffic that goes through that area.
It's true.
Right, but someone knows they're out there.
And the temperatures are so low.
Yeah, they're attached to somebody.
Yeah, the temperatures are so low. As soon as that fire goes out, you freeze within hours.
That fire could have lasted a
So
long time. It was full of kerosene.
I always just assumed both of them freeze. Either one's an alien and it goes into stasis or whatever
Mhm.
again.
I think a chopper comes back and they make it.
Could be.
You can make it whatever you want.
We could.
The chopper.
Well, they did make a. They made
You could make it where Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Have
comes
either of
back
you guys
in the
watched
chopper.
the
The guy from Predator,
chopper?
playing his character from Predator, comes in and it's like, dude, I've been fighting aliens too. Get in the
what is
chopper,
up, man.
I mean, you could do it. So
Have you seen the newer one that's like a prequel or whatever?
yes,
Okay. I've heard good things and bad things about that, but regardless, this movie I gave a 9 out of 10. It's not. I don't think for me. It's not as good as the other two that we watched. What were the
man,
other two?
none of these got 3 10s, did they? They were all like 2 10s and a 9.
Something like that. Yeah.
The other two, I think, is an 8 and a 9 for me.
You gave one of them a 10, didn't you?
I don't think so.
You don't be handing them out very easy.
I think a 9. I wouldn't have given it a 10 because
You didn't give Prince of Darkness a 10?
I don't think so.
Oh, I was thinking that each one got 2 10s and a 9. Maybe I'm wrong.
I almost always give Carpenter 10, but just the lack of him being on the soundtrack and what else did I write down?
I know I gave Prince of Darkness a 9.
The pacing's a little bit slower than I'd like, but don't. I mean, and also it's an alien thing. I'm not usually big on, but for an alien movie, fucking fancy, amazing. But Jason, what else you got? Any other thoughts?
I got some things to say.
All right.
This was regarded as a critical and financial failure. Roger Ebert even said that there's no need to see it.
That's dumb.
And it was nominated for a Razzie for the worst musical score.
That's hilarious. Well, I heard Ebert hated horror, and it must have killed him because Siskel gave Carnosaur like a thumbs up. Carnosaur. Okay.
But anyway, so yeah, I watched the Scream Factory Blu-ray, and it was I swear, it's been a while since I've seen it. But it was like I was watching it for the first time. Like, it looks beautiful. And the first time I've seen it in 5.1 surround, so gunshots are ringing out, helicopters are flying all, like it was just almost like I almost had a theater experience with this, so that was awesome. But yeah, the cast is great. I like the music. The film location created some dread and claustrophobia, being in a few rooms. Any horror movie that's set in the winter is going to be that's some pluses right there for me. The practical effects were amazing. Great body horror. With the pacing, I think that had to do a lot. Maybe something of them interacting with each other, creating that paranoia, like they don't know who's who, and it's probably one of the best, if not the best, monster movies of all time, I feel. The only thing that was a little bit dated in the whole entire movie is the very first scene where the ship is flying in.
Yeah.
The what?
The chess computer that he was playing.
Oh yeah, well,
it was just like a full-fledged computer that said like chess, whatever.
like when the doctor is like simulating the cells, like. Is he typing this stuff in, or is this computer telling him all this information? Because it was awful.
Any computer stuff's always
that was awful. But no, I love this movie. It's probably in my top 10, and I gave it a 10.
There you go.
Yeah, you guys covered everything. I don't think there's much else to go over. Obviously, everyone will always make note of the practical effects. This is kind of, one of the pinnacles of great practical effects, and I give it a 10 too. I mean, it's Kurt Russell and John Carpenter, which is
Kurt Russell.
The Jim.
He's not in it a whole lot. He don't have that many lines.
Yeah, and he's not.
But no one ever complains. Well, they didn't use Jack Russell to write in this movie. Yes, they did. He's perfect in this movie, but he don't have half the dialogue as he does in.
Yeah. Well, and he's not
that,
in this one. He's not the action.
Death Trap.
Yeah, he's not the action star of like Escape from New York, or the he's more of a.
I think they did that to keep like if they would have focused a lot on him, it would have.
But yeah, that would have. I mean, I'm not complaining that wasn't that.
If they would have focused on any one of the characters in particular, it wouldn't have been an even film.
You wouldn't. It wouldn't have created that.
But yeah, it's an absolute 10 for me. I was thinking this one or In the Mouth of Madness was probably going to be the only shots we ever had of a perfect 30.
Oh, I don't think so. I think there's plenty of movies out there.
Not that all three of us agree on this.
One was pretty close.
This one is. This one's 10-10-9.
I think we've had a 10-10-9.
I wanted to say
The Ritual?
Exorcist 3. Exorcist 3, I think, was.
Well, I think that you changed your vote on that. I think you gave that a 9 and said later on, why am I so afraid to give it a 10? It deserves that. You went on the whole thing.
It does deserve a 10. If I said 9, I was wrong.
But yeah, I know we never gave one out, and I was thinking one of these three between Prince of Darkness, Mouth of Madness, and this one.
We haven't hit a lot of big movies, though, man. There's a lot of big.
I guess if we ever did, maybe like Evil Dead 2 or.
There might be, who knows? If we ever tackle like the fucking Hellraiser movies, I don't in particular know that I like them or think that I like them. But if we ever
Most
did
overrated
one,
series,
maybe I would be like, wow, fucking Hellraiser 5 is great.
No, you wouldn't. Well, you might.
Maybe I would.
You might.